Let's say you get dealt 9-8 offsuit. What are you gonna do?
Full.
8-7 suited.
Raise.
Okay. 9-10 suited.
Raise.
Ace king offsuit. I've been upstairs editing a vlog, but Glen's down here playing poker in Trooper Thursdays. Never met the Trooper before, so I'm gonna come down and check on Glen, see how he's doing.
I don't do that.
Hey guys, so the guy that I'm talking to right there, that's the Trooper, and every Thursday night he has a game at the Westgate where everyone is allowed to film. It's pretty awesome because I get to take my camera in there and just wave it around, and it doesn't even matter. I don't even have to try to hide it. So I decided to sit down with Glen and play some 1-2. We had a nice session together. I got to watch him play, see how he played, and honestly, Glen just crushes the table. He plays really well against weaker opponents. He has a really good feel for the game. He knows when to bluff. He picks his spots really, really well. And in a general sense, I'm just really impressed with his feel for the game. There is one pot that I wanted to show and give a big thanks to Bill Tate from Nova Scotia, Canada. He ended up filming this hand for me. There's a limp in early position, and Glen isolates that limp. The guy filming, he makes the call. The button makes the call, the big blind calls, and the limper calls. So we go 5 ways to a flop here. The flop comes king 5-3 with 2 clubs and a diamond, and Glen continues betting. Bill with the camera, he makes the fold, the button calls, the blind calls, and the pre-flop limper folds. So we are 3 ways to a turn. Turn is the 3 of spades. Glen goes ahead and fires it all in. Both players end up folding. The button lays down pocket tens. Glen confidently shows the 8-9 high to show off the bluff for the camera, of course. And later on, Glen asked me what I thought of the bluff, and I actually talked about the bluff with Andrew the next day. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the next day so you can see my thoughts on this bluff. Something he did yesterday that was like pretty concerning. Towards the end of the session, we were playing one more orbit and he was down like a couple bucks, like maybe 50 bucks. And he did a kamikaze no equity bluff in the last orbit. He ended up sticking it all in with 9 high on a king high board, no pair, no draw, and he got the guy to fold to pocket tens, you know, because there was a king on the board, but there was no rhyme or reason to the bluff. And I talked to him about it, and I was like, he's like, what did you think of my bluff? And I said, I think that the only reason you did it was because you didn't want to leave the session down. And he's like, wow, actually that is the reason why I did it. And he was like really upfront about it and honest about it. And it's just because he's so tied to his results.
Well, at least you were there to witness it and call him on it, because that's something that we talk about that's beyond like what you know in poker, which is you can learn all this stuff in poker and become a skilled technical player. But if you leak in all these other areas, like you tilt, you chase losses, you choose bad games to stay in because you're stuck, whatever the reason is, these things are like, for someone who's been in the business as long as you and I, like these things take people out. I've seen so many talented players over the years not make it because they have these leaks. Some of them life leaks, some of these like tilt control issues, and ultimately all of these things are inclusive in becoming a great player. So it's really good that you were able to catch that.
Andrew and I are here at the WSOP. We're in the gaming lounge right now. Kristy is down to less than 90 players left in the ladies event, and we're here sweating her. Glen's playing cash over there. I think he's playing 1-3. All right, good luck in your session today, bro. All
right, man.
We'll check back in with you guys in a couple hours.
Very first hand, sat down the very first hand. I sit down behind the button, ace king offsuit in the cutoff. This was the 10th hand in. I had pocket tens in position, 1 limper. So I bet 15. I bumped it up. It was 12 plus 1 limper is $3, so 15. Got 2 callers. The flop was beautiful. Jack 10 5 rainbow. Flop second set. I don't like checking sets, so I decided they both check.
Well, why not? You like checking a set in the spot?
First of all, if they're sitting on king queen, they're sitting on a straight draw. I just think it's, first of all, I did the betting, I did the leading, so if they can put me on ace king, ace queen, they might think I'm making a bluff bet.
Yeah, well, here's the thing is that you should be thinking about, this is the first thing that should come into your mind. And I want you to default to this all of the time, okay? When you are in a position where you're thinking about betting, the first thing that you should ask yourself is, can I bet for value?
Okay.
What's the answer to this?
For here?
Yeah.
I believe I can.
Of course. What are you going to get value from? Name off all the hands you're going to get value from.
King, queen, ace, jack, ace 10, pocket fives,
Queen, jack, king, jack,
queen 9 suited.
queen 9, jack 10, 8, 9. Like there's so many
slew of calling.
Exactly. So when you ask yourself that question, what can I get value from? Can I bet for value? Yes. What can I get value from? And then you can answer like so many different hands. It's an obvious bet for value.
And I might have bet way too little because I only bet 25 into a $45 pot.
I think that that's a good sizing. Maybe if there was a flush draw, I might have gone 30, but 25 is fine.
Okay.
Which is pretty good. So, what kinds of hands would he be betting here on the river with? If I don't think he's ever betting with an ace.
Any suited king of spades, any suited queen of spades, any suited jack of spades, maybe 10, 9 of spades.
Yeah.
He probably does everything less than 10, 9 of spades.
Yeah. So then, what hands would he have for value here, though? If I don't think he ever valued that's an ace on the river.
I mean, if he's got sixes or eights, he's got to be scared to death of this board.
Yeah, I don't think he'd value that with eights either or sixes.
He can only value pocket fives, maybe pocket deuces.
Those are like the only two hands that I think he has here, because I think he would have check raised the flop with the 7.
Yep.
And
because of the flush draw.
Yeah, I decided to call because I think that there's more combinations of missed flush draws than pocket fives, pocket deuces. Well, I mean, it's just like I'm hero calling here because the story that he's telling me is that he missed a flush draw.
I make the call here with king high, and it turns out to be the right call because he ends up having queen high, queen 9 of spade.
See?
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm thinking about the hand through, and because of like all the combinations that he would have here, I just think that he has a missed flush draw so often, and king high beats all of the missed flush draws.
To me, like I knew I was not.
All right, Nightcrawler.
Time to pony up.
All right, first of all guys, here's a pro tip. You take the money and you put it in a rubber band. Now, if you're a chick, of course, you got one of them on your wrist. You just take it off. You got a wife? Ask her for a hair tie. Don't got a wife or a girlfriend? Here's a trick. Asparagus. Just grab the rubber band from the asparagus right here, wrap it up, and you look just like a grinder. Hi, yes, I'd like to play. What's the buy-in here? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, what's the buy-in? Ouch. Whatever. Didn't hurt. Oh.
How much? Up over 1,000, right?
Yeah.
You're up to 100 on the outside.
What's that? Thank you so much. It's like, and you know what? I didn't come to make money. I came to live the dream, to learn, to grow, to experience something. Who gets to experience this, right?
These are my friends. This is my brother. This is Jonas, the Swede. This is the other horny Swede. Kristy and Glen, wrapping up the week.
Peace out.
Kristy just busted the ladies event, but it was a good week. Glen won money. I think he's a better player now because of this week. A better player because of this week, so.
He's on a good path.
So it's time for us to get on the grind because we got the main event coming up. We got all kinds of stuff. Dropping Glen off at the airport.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Appreciate best. Thank you so much. We got over here. We got a little bitty stack over here. Let's see what we got. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Oh, they call us turn them up. What's up? I see a king of clubs. What else? And an ace of clubs. I see the queen of spades and the queen of hearts.
What's up, guys? The power is out at the Cosmopolitan. The Lear bar is not lit up.